In this lecture, we'll take a look at how to read a file into a list. In Python, the list is the most versatile data structure, and working with list is extremely common. In many applications where file processing is required, we'll start by reading the content of the file into a list, process the list, and write it back to the file. There are more possibilities to read the file into a list. Let's see the first example. I am opening the file using the with keyword. The name of the file, configuration.txt, and I don't specify the mode because I am opening it in read-only mode, and that's the default, as file. In this example, we'll use the same read method we've seen before and the split lines method. The split lines method splits the string at line breaks and returns a list of lines in the string. So my list equals file.read.splitlines. And I'll print out my list. And we see the content of the file in a list. Each line of the file is in fact an element of the list. Another way to read a file into a list is to use the readLines method. This is a method of any file object. It reads until end of file and returns a list containing the lines. I open the file again. The file has been closed, so I can't use the same object. The file will be opened in read-only mode. This is the default, as file, and my list equals file.readlines. Print my list. And I'll execute the script. We notice that at the end of each element, we see a \n, which is a new line. This is one difference between using file.read.splitlines and using file.readlines. There is also the readLine method, so without an ending s, that reads just a line, not the entire file. Let's see an example. Print file.readline. And I'll call the method one more time. We see how it read and printed out the first two lines of the file. Also notice that a file object is an iterable object. We can iterate over it line by line using a for loop. In this example, I write for line in file colon print line, and I'll execute the script. And this is my file line by line. Of course, the print function adds a \n at the end of each printed line. If I don't want a \n, I can use the end argument equals and an empty string. These were some ways to read a file into a list.